Good day to you, and welcome to this edition of Young Living's Product Education Series. I'm Doug Corrigan, the Director of Global Training and Education, Young Living Essential Oils, and today we're going to address a topic that affects millions of Americans, namely poor digestion. And we're going to discuss three key Young Living products that can really promote the digestion and absorption of critical nutrients. You know, it's estimated that 60 to 70 million Americans struggle to maintain optimal digestive function each year. I would say the number, in fact, is far, far more than that. It is one of the most common issues out there, but just that number that we can directly associate with digestive function is costing these folks more than $141 billion annually. Now, because the very foundation of your health originates in your gut, this fact has catastrophic consequences for your health. And it's been said time and time again, you are what you eat. And in fact, it goes deeper than that in the sense that you are what you eat, but furthermore, you are what you absorb. And digestion is the process of breaking those nutrients down that through a variety of processes, chemical and otherwise, that help to get those nutrients in a form that the body can use them for producing energy, for reconstructing, all the different things that the body has to do, for the function of all the different organ systems. Now, if our digestion is not working properly, the whole machine does not work as good as it could. And unfortunately, our modern times have really put a dent in regards to what is optimal digestion. Now, optimum health and vitality really require this proper digestion and absorption of nutrients, and that includes all the vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, other beneficial phytonutrients that all those things are dependent upon digestion to be utilized by the body. Now, as mentioned earlier, this current topic is going to include these three fundamental products that support healthy digestion, specifically essential zymes 4, fennel, and spearmint essential oils. And this discussion, it couldn't have come at a better time as we're presenting this information. We're just entering the time of the year when the holidays are upon us, and no matter what time of year this is, it could be the summer barbecue season. I don't know. There's all kinds of different situations in our life that sometimes put us in line for consuming these difficult to pass up sometimes food, candies, desserts. They often, of course, taste good going down, but once they get in the body, these forms of food that are highly processed and highly refined and oftentimes very rich and concentrated in all kinds of different sugars and complex foodstuffs, not natural foodstuffs many times, very much processed foods a lot of times. Well, these things are hard for the body to handle, and the inability to digest foods and nutrients properly, well, that sometimes results from an occasional deficiency in digestive enzymes. And in fact, because we're consuming so many foods that are enzyme poor, well, frankly, we just don't have enough enzymes to handle the problem. Far, far better is it for you to eat foods that have active enzymes in them and can actually contribute to your requirements for enzymes in the body. But anyway, as we go forward, many foods, of course, naturally contain enzymes, and those help the body naturally to assimilate and utilize these nutrients. But the process of cooking and manufacture oftentimes leaves foods without enzymes. We, in our efforts to sanitize and keep our foods safe and stored over a long period of time and not eat them fresh, well, that also kills all the active and live enzymes. And so when we consume those foods, they have none of their own enzymes. The body has to produce through all different types of organ systems the enzymes to handle these foods, and our bodies just quickly run out of the resources to do that. Now, your enzyme reserves must be restored through better eating habits as the best scenario, and of course you can do it through supplementation. Optimal enzyme levels help you properly digest all the macronutrients, like your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and these are essential to your overall well-being. A great supplement in this regard is, and of course there's many enzymes products that help and assist in other ways and different ways, but today we're going to concentrate on Essential Zymes 4, a multi-spectrum enzyme concept specially formulated to aid the critically needed digestion of dietary fats, proteins, fiber, and carbohydrates. A very broad spectrum enzyme system is what you get in Essentialzymes 4. The dual time release technology releases animal and plant-based enzymes at separate times within the digestive tract, and this allows for improved, and in fact, tremendously improved optimal nutrient absorption. This proprietary blend of enzymes helps you use the nutrients that you ingest from food and supplements, and it helps you to continue to move forward on your path towards optimum well-being. And just a side note there, oftentimes, a lot of people in Young Living are recognizing already the need for supplementation of high-quality nutrients, and they're also recognizing the need for improving their diet. I mean, we live in a community where people are actively moving down the path to improve in both those areas. But many times, if your digestion is not working, you can be wasting your money. And enzymes are one of the things that you can take as kind of insurance that you actually get what you're hoping you get from your food. Now, let's start with protease. Protease is one of the enzymes that you get in Essentialzymes 4. Helps you digest and utilize fats and supports the healthy function of the digestive, circulatory, and immune systems. And it can also help to really balance and improve energy levels. Now, amylase is included in Essentialzymes 4 to promote the digestion of starches. That's something that's very important if you consume the typical American diet. When you eat plant foods, you ingest a significant quantity of cellulose, which is a major component of a plant's cell wall. Cellulase helps your body break down a portion of this insoluble plant carbohydrate and converts it to a substance called beta-glucose, because beta-glucose is released more slowly than regular glucose. It provides more sustainable energy, not that quick spike that causes the blood sugar to rise and can cause a cascade of biochemical problems. Now, instead, a sustainable energy source for your body and decreases the rapid rise in blood sugar that's typically seen if we just ingest simple sugars. Now, lipase aids the digestion of fats or lipids and increases the nutritional value of healthy fats that you ingest by promoting the digestion and absorption of essential fatty acids. Now, another enzyme in Essentialzymes 4 is peptidase, which, as its name suggests, helps break down peptides into their component amino acids. We're talking about proteins here. Another crucial enzyme in this remarkable formula is phytase, and this enzyme has the ability to release phosphate and other essential minerals from a plant compound called phytic acid. This action may support your body's ability to absorb and utilize vital minerals and can neutralize some of the negative effects of some of these compounds in plants like phytic acid, which has some downside unless it's quickly converted into harmless or even productive phytonutrients. Derived from the fruit and stem of pineapples, bromelain is a protein-digesting enzyme able to break down a wide variety of protein types. This remarkable enzyme not only supports the digestion and absorption of proteins, but research suggests that it supports a healthy inflammatory response. Now, papain is derived from unripe papaya fruit that aids in the digestion of proteins. Because papain is very effective at breaking down protein fibers, it's widely used in South America as a digestive aid following the consumption of meals where there's a high amount of meat. Of course, we don't do that in America. I'm jesting, of course. We eat all kinds of meat in America, and papain is tremendous in regards to that, as well as bromelain and some of those other protein-focused enzymes. You start to get an idea of all the different ingredients in Essentialzymes 4 that are tremendous in this regard. Now, we move into more of the aromatic plants, specifically even essential oil containing plants like anise. Anise has been cultivated since ancient times to be used as a digestive aid. Until recently, this herb had largely been forgotten, and fennel is another herb that's been used for centuries to support a healthy digestive system. Both anise and fennel contain a very intriguing compound. In fact, anise and fennel essential oils are to a large extent composed of this compound called annatol, which aids the digestion of rich foods and may help settle the stomach during the occasional period of unease. And anise contains up to 95% annatol and fennel up to 80% annatol. And annatol, also some interesting studies in regards to how it aids the pancreas organ, and many different studies coming out to support the fact that annatol is a very critical and intriguing phytocompound that we need to get more of in our diet. Now, let's talk about ginger. Ginger's been used for thousands of years to promote a healthy digestive tract. There may not be a more famous essential oil or plant in regards to digestion. We've got mint and we've got ginger, and then fennel. Fennel's right there as well, but ginger, tremendous in this regard. Rosemary, also involved here, aids and balances digestion, has been used for occasional digestive upset throughout history, and another digestive tonic. And of course, many of these herbs are really tonics in the sense that how they act is they help the digestion to either get stimulated or to be quieted a little bit, depending on what the body needs. That is the tonic effect. It's really one of the things that is so magical and important about understanding how plant medicine works in the body, is that many of them have tonic capacities, meaning if your body needs to be pushed or moved in one area or one direction, if it's too hot, meaning you've got digestive upset, well, these things can oftentimes quiet it. Now, if you need to have more digestion, more acids made because you're not getting enough, they can stimulate those things. Now, find pharmaceuticals that can do the same types of things there. They just don't work the same way, and it's one of the great things about plant medicine. This is only upsides that work in conjunction with your body. Now, tarragon, this great aromatic, is stimulating to digestive secretions and appetites. It's plain to see that Young Living has put together here, with regards to Essentialzyme 4, an unmatched team of digestive supportive phytonutrients and enzymes. It will really help you make the most of the food you eat, and when you get those nutrients into your body, you will naturally feel better. So many people out there, their digestion is compromised to such an extent that the minute they eat something that doesn't agree with them, it renders them tremendously miserable. So we see here an opportunity to really help us to get more of the food that we need, and then also just to get through some of the issues that are caused by indigestion. So many people go to the pharmacy to try to get antacids and all kinds of digestive aids, when in reality it can be as simple as taking enzymes or rubbing some essential oils on your belly. And why wouldn't you do that instead of causing harm with all kinds of different pharmaceutical solutions? So historical records strongly suggest that the members of the mint family, like I was talking about a little bit ago, was particularly spearmint. Peppermint's also great in this regard, but today we're going to focus in on spearmint. They have been an integral part of ancient medical systems in Rome, Greece, and Egypt for as long as recorded history, thousands of years. Spearmint was frequently used in these ancient medical systems for a variety of gastrointestinal complaints, and today spearmint is considered a tremendous digestive aid. Among other uses, it's used frequently to flavor toothpaste and gum. Spearmint has therapeutic value in each of these regards, as well as it supports the healthy function of the gallbladder, an essential organ that's located beneath the liver that stores bile. And the bile stored in the gallbladder is so critical in regards to our response to fats, helping us digest fats. Spearmint also balances and aids metabolism. That's why it's used in many of our products like Citrus Fresh and Sleek Essence that use spearmint to really help to balance the body and aid metabolism. And many users report, of course, that spearmint's tremendous for occasional digestive issues. And one of the interesting things, too, is that spearmint can be a tonic or assist in thyroid function. So spearmint's minty, slightly fruity aroma, it's not quite as strong as peppermint, but can profoundly influence your overall well-being. When you diffuse it, it helps open and release emotional blocks and encourages feelings of balance. We discussed some of the digestive benefits of fennel already, but this is an essential oil that by itself can also provide relief to countless individuals that are suffering from indigestion. Even better than that, fennel essential oil encourages a feeling of fullness, which can help you to avoid overeating. Whether applied topically or inhaled, it really appears to help promote a healthy and balanced appetite and, again, prevent us from overeating. Now, lastly, many users report that fennel also helps with occasional bowel sluggishness. So if you're a little sluggish in the bowel, a little constipated, fennel can really help in this regard. It has a sweet, earthy, anise-like aroma, and in medieval times, it was often used to ward off evil spirits. So if we've got Halloween coming up, and if we're worried about that, any types of evil spirits coming our way, well, we could utilize fennel perhaps. As in medieval times, we jest a little bit about some of those things, but you think about the impact of these and the experience that mankind has had with these different essential oils. There's probably more to these things than we even realize, as we know that there's always an emotional impact from the essential oils as we use them and as we breathe them in. And in fact, I think the fennel is oftentimes related to providing courage and strength. Just the aroma of fennel can really help us in that regard. And doesn't that make sense? I mean, one of the things that when we start to feel fearful or uneasy, what happens? We feel queasy in our digestive tract. We oftentimes say it goes right to our gut. We feel imbalanced there. And doesn't that make sense that fennel can help us to bring balance there, help us to feel strong in the face of fear, and those kind of things make us resistant to all kinds of different emotional distress. So there you have it. 3 fantastic products. One of the tremendous things about using essential oils, whether it be spearmint or fennel, like we're discussing today, of course, Digest is another tremendous product in regards to digestive help and contains some of the products that we're talking about today. One of the great things about these essential oils is that when our digestion is compromised, sometimes the last thing that we want to do is pile more stuff into our mouth and into the tummy, which is already feeling ill at ease. So one of the great things about essential oils is that we can use those essential oils, that you can use them topically, and you can use them, of course, also through the mouth, but they don't have to work through the digestive system to get effect, because these oils are volatile compounds and they evaporate or can move quickly through tissues and freely through tissues and through cell membranes and throughout the body. One of the great things about using aromatics in regards to helping digestion is they can truly be a bridge that can balance things independent of the digestive system, balance the body, and help your digestive system get in a place where then you can treat it and help it with other aids like enzymes or different fibers that can help or probiotics. And so sometimes essential oils can be an important bridge to help us balance independent of the digestive system and really can be an important bridge. So now that you've got some great tips, that doesn't give you the excuse to go out there and make all kinds of errors and eat the things that you know you shouldn't. Why not make it a tandem attack on your digestion and start eating foods that are rich in enzymes? Eating, a few more raw foods wouldn't hurt you. Sometimes people don't like raw foods because their digestion is so compromised that they has a more harsh effect. Again, here, use essential oils as a bridge to get your body balanced and get you where you want to be. And of course, when you do indulge, Essentialzymes 4 can come to the rescue, but you don't just have to take this product when you're feeling like you have indigestion. Essentialzymes 4 is something that can be taken on a regular basis. In fact, I would say that most people don't even realize how deficient they really are in regards to their enzymes. I mean, if you're eating 70-80% raw foods or fermented foods and all those different types of things, you might be able to cut back on your enzymes a little bit. But as for me, I'm taking enzymes and I eat a pretty good diet, not to that extent of raw foods. But as for me, I'm taking enzymes as an insurance policy because I know how critical it is to get the maximum nutrition from every bite of food that we can. And enzymes help me to do that, as well as essential oils. And that's why many times people give you those aromatic plants, be it a sprig of spearmint or a sprig of peppermint or even a little drink of fennel or ginger. With those heavier, bigger meals, you will feel a huge difference. Eating will become pleasant again. Doesn't that sound like a great thing? Because sometimes people actually avoid eating because every time they eat, they feel sick, and that's because their digestion is so poor. So let's get back on track with some of the tips that we've talked about today. Fast way to really make massive strides in your health. I'm a big believer in these products. And until next time, I wish you Godspeed in your